Welcome to Jersey Shore Guitar Garage. Quality hand-wired guitar electronics to express your true tone. Unleash the power in your hands.
Welcome back to the garage. Today we got a fun one. My buddy Clayton stopped by with this guitar, needing a little bit of work, some tuners, some pickups. I took a quick look at it. All right, cool. That's the Cobain model Mustang. I chucked it in the corner and I didn't look at it for a couple of weeks. Sorry, Clayton. But when I finally did pull it out to do a little work on it, my radar started going off. The first thing I noticed straight away, the controls weren't exactly right. Even though the pickups did say Seymour Duncan on them, and the Cobain model Mustang should have a JB in the bridge and a nice single coil or something in the neck. Shame on me for not knowing what pickup belongs in there. All right, look, here's the set. It says Seymour Duncan right on them, but right away, my bullshit radar is going off when I look at this. The screen printing for Seymour Duncan isn't as detailed as it normally is, and these bobbins are just all wrong. The back of it's not marked with an SH4 like it should be for being a JB. So all of that set my radar off. The control panel isn't metal. It's a plastic with a mirror kind of chrome thing on the back. That's kind of weird. The saddles are definitely wrong. And when I got inside, the switches are just on-off switches. They're not phase reverse switches, which kind of takes away all the cool stuff that a Mustang really was in the first place. So I started looking around and I found this guitar on AliExpress for like $269, something like that. Way better than the $2,600 this guitar would cost you from Fender. But is it? Is the quality really there? I mean, the frets on the edge of the neck feel pretty good. They're not those gonna cut you frets. So they took a little bit of time and they really did that kind of nice. Other than the wood being kind of, for lack of better description, lightweight material, it feels pretty good. It's got a generic C shape to it. And it's set up nice. It really didn't take a lot of work to get this thing set up and playable. And it seems to hold tune really well. So what's the mark of a guitar? The serial number was in the wrong place. They have it on the back of the headstock. It belongs back here on the back of the neck. The color for the word Fender is off. You know, it should be black on this model. They've got the gold on here. It's got 2 string trees where this model only has 1. Just little things like that. Just really started to set me off to looking at it. But it's one of those guitars with faraway syndrome. From far away, you'd never know. It looks really good. And if it sounds good, what's the difference? I know this guitar is going on the road and it's actually going to be used. So it's way more practical to take a guitar like this and set it up with the pickups that you want and get the sound that you want. And if something happens, okay, it happened to a $260 guitar, not something with another 0. So now that we got these pickups in it, let's play it. I didn't bring it out here for nothing. Hear what it sounds like. All right, I gotta be honest, I don't know what this neck pickup is. Clayton gave it to me in a bag, like a Ziploc bag. But it sounds really good. It sounds like a good Strat neck pickup. I like it. And it's, you know, it's really articulate. It's got that kind of Stratty sound to it. plays good up and down the neck. There's no dead notes. Nothing's really ringing out, or I shouldn't say it like that. It's not. Nothing's really ringing out. Nothing's ringing out. Nothing's buzzing. Nothing's causing me to, hey, I don't want to play this guitar. I do want to play it. It feels good. It feels inspiring. It was a good set of pickups. Good choice. I know he's going after what Kurt had in his guitar. It's a JB and a bridge. This one's a trembucker. Really all that trembucker means is the pole spacing is a little bit different to match the string spacing of tremolo guitars. That's all that means. Otherwise, it's the same pickup. I'm talking about it. Let's hear it. Here's that bridge. Boy, it just becomes a totally different animal with that in a humbucker. They're so different, and you can really hear it there. Wow. But I think the magic of this guitar really happens when they're both on at the same time. I left the guitar with a little bit higher action because I know the guitar is going to see a lot of this with Clayton. And it plays really great for that. You can just dig in and it's okay. It's very, very forgiving. The Mustang was a super cool series from the beginning. When Fender decided to put the Mustang out, it was 1966. And Ford was having great success with the Mustang car. They targeted the Mustang series guitars after students and people that were just learning to play guitar. So they were more affordable guitars. The theory thinking was that kids were hot on the sports cars, they'd be hot on the affordable guitars, and Mustang buyers, when they were kids, would make Stratocaster and Telecaster buyers when they became adults. The Mustang never really caught on in the 60s or 70s and just kind of sat around until Kurt Cobain got a hold of it, and the Mustang became cool again. He did a little bit of modification on his guitars, just enough to get it straight, but when asked in an interview why he chose the Mustang, Kurt said he could afford it. So it wasn't really the pinnacle guitar that he came to and found and said, this is my sound. It was the pinnacle guitar that he could afford. That, again, just proves the theory that it's the player, not the guitar. Kurt later went on to collaborate with Fender by pasting two photographs together of a Jaguar and a Mustang. And with those photographs and a crude drawing, Fender made the Jagstang. That's really not what this is. They were wired like Jagstangs, but not shaped like them with that crazy cutout. One thing that really does kind of hurt me here is I was going to replace these on-off switches with three-ways, but they're the wrong size and the spacing was going to be different for the screws. So I just left it for now until we can get a new pick guard and replace it and wire this the right way. The way the original Mustangs were wired is this is a phase switch. It's an on-off-on switch. The switching will turn one pickup on, in phase, off, or on, out of phase. And you had that choice for either pickup. That gives you 8 different combinations of sounds out of 2 pickups. That's awesome. Well, there you go. That's the budget Cobain Mustang model. For less than $500-600, you've got a great playing, great sounding guitar that, with its faraway syndrome, looks great. I would touch up a couple of more things. I would change this switching. I would change the controls to a metal plate and the proper knobs. And this would really be a phenomenal guitar, especially for the money that's invested. All right, I'm going to play around with this a little bit more before we get out of here. And then I've got to give Clayton his guitar back. If you guys like the content that we make here, please click like, click subscribe, and most importantly, ring that notification bell so you get notified every time that I post new content. It's easy to do, and it really helps out a small channel, and I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much.